I'm a tiny taggart in a brave new world, gonna free this town. If you didn't know about me already, well, you know it now.
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Objectivist Girl. So today we're going to talk about productiveness as a virtue, and this is the second virtue of Ayn Rand's ethics, and it also follows after purpose, which I did a video on with Marcia Enright. So I'm just going to remind you guys of the 8 virtues in Objectivist Ethics, and we are on productiveness. So let's go ahead and get started. The virtue of productiveness is the recognition of the fact that productive work is the process by which man's mind sustains his life. The process that sets man free of the necessity to adjust himself to his background, as all animals do, and gives him the power to adjust his background to himself. So what this is saying is that productive work is your decision to live and to not only survive, but thrive. Productive work is that which makes man prideful and have self-esteem, which is the next virtue that we're going to cover. But a little bit more on productiveness today. So productiveness is the virtue that takes the most dedication. It's the dedication to the acquisition of knowledge to find what it is that you would want to do and what it takes to do what you would want to do. Productiveness is basically the study and learning process that one undertakes to achieve his goals. And so first you've used reason and rationality to get to the point where you know what your goals are and you know what is possible to you, because you've studied metaphysics, you've studied epistemology, and now you're using reason and rationality to integrate these things into your life. So basically, productiveness is an understudy of all of the greats, whether it be from school, on-the-job training, or anything else that is a complete learning process. So one of the common misconceptions of productiveness is the idea that one has to be completely, fully dedicated to his work every single moment of the day. But that's not true at all. So productiveness means knowing when to rest your mind, rest your body, and know what your limitations are so that you can exercise the best level of productiveness when you are working. So it doesn't matter whether you're working 2 hours a day or 10 hours a day. As long as you are giving your body the necessary rest and doing the necessary amount of work, you are being productive. And so it is all of these things that really make up productiveness. Productiveness is also about rationality, in the sense that one must understand that nature, in order to be commanded, must be obeyed. So in order to be able to fulfill your goals, we must understand what reality commands of us in order to be able to work within its confines. So if I want to fly, I've got to understand the nature of gravity, and I've got to understand its limitations and work within these confines. So one that is able to integrate these two ideas is going to be able to achieve happiness because they understand what the limitations of reality are and what they are capable of doing inside of it. And once these two things are combined, you see productiveness. So the last step in productiveness is the pursuit of work. And so one must acquire the knowledge and then pursue the work. And when pursuing work, a productive person is going to aim to create a superior quality product to any that is currently on the market, whether it be your skill set or an actual physical product. So productive people are going to be able to have more time to dedicate to other things because they can do things efficiently. They're also not going to have to spend as much time, and they're going to increase their efficiency with a good product because you won't have to spend time fixing it or updating it because you already have a superior product. And finally, it will bring you pride, which is something we will talk about in the next video and something I mentioned very briefly earlier. So productiveness allows a person to be able to achieve maximum happiness for their work in the most efficient amount of time. So ultimate happiness for smallest amount of work. I mean, what could be better than that, right? So productiveness is one of the highest values because it has what I view as the largest reward output. So if one is able to productively pursue productiveness, then they will be rewarded with free time, happiness, and of course, pride. And this for me is probably the biggest goal right now in trying to become the best in the field that I'm pursuing currently. So for the time I am in my life, I am viewing productiveness as the most important value. And from that will hopefully come pride and self-esteem. But remember, Ayn Rand warns that to cheat your way into a job bigger than your mind can handle is to become a fear-corroded ape on borrowed emotions and borrowed time. And to settle down into a job that requires less than your mind's full capacity is to cut your motor and sentence yourself to another kind of motion, decay. And this is a really important warning. In other words, know yourself and you will know what your full capacity is. You must know your limitations. Do not go beyond or beneath that capacity, or you will never find true objective happiness. So I really hope you guys enjoyed my video. Remember, this is the second virtue of 8, so we still have 6 more to go through, and I hope that you will keep liking and subscribing to my Facebook page and channel. And remember guys, knowledge is not for all men, but for those who seek it, so keep seeking.